Hello, my name is Anna Reynolds, and I'm going to be doing my presentation today on my life goals. Today with me, I do have my audience. I have my grandparents on Skype, and then my husband right behind them. Alrighty, so for my life goals, I do have a lot of life goals. A lot of them are a little bit more attainable than others. Some of them are, of course, short goals versus long-term goals. And then I did kind of categorize my goals into separate different categories. So I do have family goals, career goals, personal goals, as well as goals to help others. And then we'll just kind of go through those categories. So we're going to get started with my family goals. So for my short-term goals, I do have to start a family. That's been a goal for my husband and I for a while. We would love to start a family. We just know it's not the right time right now. We want to finish school first, and then we are super excited to begin that next stage in our life. And then another short-term goal is that we want to adopt pets. We are absolute love. We have a huge love for pets, and especially dogs. We right now have a 3-month Australian Shepherd that we adore, and we definitely want to adopt a lot more dogs. So we'll see where that takes us. We've been going to shelters and kind of browsing around for the right pet. A long-term goal that I have within my family goals is to have successful relationships. So this isn't just have a successful relationship with my husband, but that just means with everyone in our family. I know that with being busy and everything, we just want to make sure that we keep our family in contact and really just build those relationships with them that'll last us for a lifetime. And then my very last goal for family goals, I do want to leave a family legacy. So whenever I die, hopefully it's in a really long time, I want to just make sure my family knows me as the person who cared for them and was always there for them and supported them in any way possible. All right, and of course we have many other life goals, but these are my main ones for my short and long-term goals. I'm just going to go back real quick. This is the picture of my husband and I when we first moved into our house. And then this was a picture, and this was our black lab that we had for about 11 years. And then now for my career goals. I feel like I've been working on this for my whole life, but for my short-term goals, I hope to graduate nursing school in about a year so that I'll be here just around the corner. This will give me my RN license, and hopefully with that I'll start working as a nurse. I know that with just an RN there are certain places that you still can't work, so my ultimate goal is to be a pediatrician of any kind. I know I want to explore either being in the NICU, being in pediatric oncology, and just kind of specialties like that, but working at Children's Hospital you do have to have your bachelor's degree, which is my second short-term goal, so hopefully when I graduate next year, I'll start working in labor and delivery, which I completely adored whenever I did my clinicals. For a long-term goal, I eventually want to obtain my nurse practitioner's license or eventually, I don't know, or get my doctorates. There are so many different routes that you can go with nursing. You never know where you're going to end up. I want to explore kind of a lot of different routes in the nursing. I know that flight nurse sounds amazing, being in the ICU sounds amazing, so you never know where you're going to end up or specialize, so I'm keeping my mind open, but I know I definitely love the NICU and kids, so hopefully it'll be in pediatrics one day. And then become a teacher. This doesn't mean going back to school and becoming an actual teacher that you would think, but I actually want to be kind of a teacher for other nurses and different things. Again, with nursing, it's so open. You can become actually a teacher for nurses and just teach them how to, either through nursing school or within each specific field. I want to eventually do TED Talks or anything like that to kind of help, once I'm more knowledgeable and kind of comfortable with what I know, be able to teach other people and kind of give them that knowledge that I have and experience and pass it on to others. And then for my personal goals, so for my short-term goals, I do want to just kind of be able to be physically, mentally, and emotionally healthy. With that, it comes just kind of getting into a regimen and really building a schedule that works with myself. Right now I have a really hectic schedule. I don't even know what I'm going to do next week, and that is absolutely horrible for my mental health. I love organization, so I just want to make sure that I have those things in order and then kind of live a healthier lifestyle. I know we've been trying to, but there are always places for improvement and things that we can do to help these goals kind of be achievable and obtainable. And then for my longer term goals, I do want to be financially independent. I know this is a goal for almost everyone out there, but for me, this doesn't mean become a millionaire. It just means that I want to be able to live the life that I want without having to be attached to a job or having to do something I don't want to. So this just gives me freedom to go to work whenever I want, or have a job where I can love what I do and not have to think about it as work. And then another thing would be travel and explore the world. Again, this is something that people say all the time, but I want to actually be able to experience different cultures and learn from other people, grow as a person from it. I know there are so many beautiful places out there that we can definitely learn from. And then also maintain a healthy and work-life balance. I would definitely consider myself a workaholic. I feel like I work myself to death and I love it. I don't know why. I love going to work, but I also want to make sure that I give myself enough time to do the things that I like, and then kind of give myself time for family as well. Also, be happy with every stage of my life. That is also a long-term goal that I have. That's just, not every stage of your life you're going to be where you plan to be or where you want to be. And I just want to be able to be happy with everywhere I am, because I know that someday I will reach those goals of mine. And then this is actually a picture that my husband and I took on our honeymoon to Hawaii of the Byodo Temple, and it was absolutely stunning. And then my third category, I do have my fourth category, I apologize. This is my goals to help others. These are actually combined. These are my short-term and long-terms, just because they are more of long-terms. Short-term goals, I am kind of thinking of doing more volunteer work and just joining more organizations to kind of help people in that manner. But for my longer terms, I want to care for children in need, which going into pediatrics, I'll be able to do that as well. With that, I just want to be able to be more knowledgeable and have the information I need to kind of be able to recognize domestic abuse, sex trafficking, and things like that, and be able to say, for example, put kids in places where they'll be safe. So that's where kind of my long-term goal leads. And then for another goal that I have is going to be opening an animal shelter. Like I said earlier, my husband and I absolutely love animals, and we would love to rescue every animal we can, but we know that is not possible at the moment. So hopefully we'll have a no-kill shelter in the future, or maybe just volunteer for one or help them in any way possible to kind of save those animals or help them in any way that we possibly can. And then start or be part of a nonprofit organization. So that could kind of be tied into the animal shelter, but this is more of the people aspect of it. With that, I want to be able to kind of help in any way imaginable, whether I create the foundation or I just kind of help other people raise money, give money to other people for whatever reason they may need it. I want to be able to do that for them. And then this is just kind of a collage, and it summarizes all of my goals for me. So this is my husband and I adopting my Australian Shepherd, and it just shows the importance to me of family and how we're ready for that next stage in our life. This is my immediate family, my parents, and my brother. And then our sense of adventure and travel, that's where my husband proposed to me in Estes Park. It was absolutely stunning. And then again, my love for dogs, that was our 11-year-old lab. Thank you so much for listening, and those were my life goals. goals. I did categorize them into separate different categories. I have many different goals, but those were the main ones. I do have my short goals, which are a little bit more obtainable, and then my longer term goals, which will be harder, but I will try my hardest and see where life takes us to achieve those goals. Thank you. Oh, one last thing. My audience, still here with us, my grandparents and my husband. Perfect. Thank you.